up? Welcome to my live. We're going to do a little quick comedy session. Don't take it too serious. Some people do. It's not that deep. I mean, it is deep, but it's kind of funny. My name is Nia. Welcome to my channel, Talking NiaTalk, and we're going to talk about it. Hey, I hope you guys are doing well. It's the new year. I'm feeling really good. Good things are happening. And we will be doing a little bit of pop culture talk today. So like, comment, subscribe. And don't be too sensitive. A lot of people be too sensitive. I'm like, just calm down. It's a little comedy session we're gonna have for the first time ever. It's hilarious. So we're talking about pop culture, and as you know, Stefon Diggs has been digging. This man has been digging in everything and everyone. Hello, it is hilarious. Like, I'll be honest and say, before I used to be so upset and be like, this is crazy, this is awful. Like, what is happening to women? Like, da da da. I used to be so upset. Now I'm at the point where I'm just like, hi, good morning. I'm at the point where I'm just like, this is type funny. This is really funny. Like, what in the world? So we're going to say alleged. We're going to say we don't know, but we know we don't know. Okay. It's hilarious. I want to say something. I think that Offset did win in this whole Cardi B situation. And let's say why we're talking about this. This does have to do with black culture because Cardi B has inserted herself into black culture. So I'm talking about it, but that doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it like, oh, this is black culture. No, this is ghetto hood shit. This is gutter snipe, ghetto, disgusting behavior. And I will hope that young girls don't look up to this, but I do understand that everybody wants an out. Everybody wants an out to the hardship in society. Everybody wants an out to racism. Everybody wants an out, to even colorism. Like, Cardi experienced colorism in her own community. This is my opinion. That's what I'm saying from what I know about Dominicans. I know she has. So she ran to the black community and was like, oh, and it's what I believe. She ran to the black community and decided, hey, you know what? Y'all hate black people. Y'all hate dark skins. Well, guess what? I'm light skinned. So please like me. She a little pick me. She a little weirdo that went to a community that has hatred and decided that she was going to profit off of that hatred. But I mean, it's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. Like, I think about the album. I didn't listen to it, but the album, Am I the Drama or whatever? No, you're not the drama, Cardi B. You're just stupid. You're stupid as a mother. You're stupid as hell. You're stupid. And I think that's what I want to make sense too in this talk, race relations and colorism, is that people think that being light-skinned means that you're pretty. People think that being Hispanic means that you're pretty to black people. It doesn't mean that you're pretty. It means that you're uneducated to black people. It means that you're stupid. And I'm not saying light-skinned people are uneducated, very intelligent, just not smart individual. She's not. This is what I believe from what I've seen and what I know about her. My opinion, and I'm sticking true to it. I'm not going to change, be as MAGA as she wants. Doesn't mean I'm going to support her in that, but just because beefing doesn't mean, oh, you know what, Nicki's MAGA, so I'm going to support Cardi B. No. We can support neither. That's what we can do. We're not doing that. But yeah, colorist women, they can be colorist. I feel like two things can be true. They both can be colorist, and I also cannot like Cardi B. I would never like her. But let's talk about Stefon Diggs. He's been out here slaying his thing raw. This man has swinging raw in everybody. And yes, a lot of the women the women that we see online, they're all either light skinned or in the Latino culture or whatever you want to call it. And they're racially ambiguous. Let me say that. And a lot of people I wish we could stop this. That's why I'm making this. I hope a black girl hears this. You being racially ambiguous does not make you pretty. It just makes you more vulnerable to being taken advantage of because people are going to tell you you're pretty. Let me say this. You could get slapped around, but if somebody tells you you're pretty while you're getting slapped around psychologically, that will do something to you. That will make you feel like, you know what, you are pretty. Meanwhile, you're getting slapped around like a dog. You're not pretty if you're getting slapped around like a dog, sweetheart. Like, no, you're just, they find you to be unintelligent. They find you to be easy to take advantage of because society is telling you that you are pretty. So if somebody tells you you're pretty and then they slap you and keep telling you you're pretty, that's going to do some psychological damage to you. It is. Y'all think the model industry is cute? Y'all think that Fashion Nova and these girls around? I'm just saying my opinion. Y'all think they not? No, it's giving people, it's giving the video vixen. It's giving, what? People are going to tell you that you're pretty because we're all racist and we hate ourselves and we want to idolize, white supremacy. So we're going to put you on a pedestal and tell you you're pretty, but behind the scenes, we're going to slap you and choke you right on up. And that's what I'm trying to get to in this conversation with the BBL chef. It is it's, I guess you could say, alleged that, he choked her and did all these things to that chef. But in reality, if you want to be honest, like, if you really want to be honest, it's more about the fact that I think she came to light with it. I don't think she had to. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think she had to come to light with this conversation, but she did. Um, I think it's because she stopped giving him the cooch. I think it's because she stopped giving him the, you know what I'm talking about. She stopped giving him the buns to have fun. That's really what happened with Stefon Diggs and this whole situation. But I think it's weird that Stefon Diggs is going around putting his, let's say his penis in all these women raw. And yes, I keep hearing people talk about how they all look the same and how they're all pretty. And I'm like, they're not pretty. Being racially ambiguous, I gotta make a video about that. Being racially ambiguous does not mean you're pretty. It does not. It means you're stupid. Like, people see you as stupid. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying people see you as stupid because people are going to tell you all your life, and probably have been telling you, you're pretty, right? They've been saying white supremacy is great. You're so pretty. You fix your ugly blackness. They're telling you all these terrible things that are not true. And then they slap you across your face. And they know that you've been experiencing this probably since you were a child. It's disgusting. So that's what I mean by, like, this is not, I really wish people would stop saying that, it means that you're pretty and this and that. Like, no, that's not what that means. It does not mean that you're pretty. Being racially ambiguous does not mean that you're pretty. And I wish that we can put that out there. I feel like getting slapped around by a man is not cute. I feel like taking the coin and putting all them injections into your butt is not cute. And I think it's interesting, if we want to talk about Stacey from Real Housewives of Potomac, if we want to get to the real deal of the things, I think it's interesting how Stacey from Real Housewives of Potomac had a conversation with her husband, and her husband going to talk to her and say, hey, you look beautiful, this and that. And then she's like, thank you, but I want to get a BBL. I want to get a bigger butt. And her husband's white, and her husband's like, don't ever do that nasty shit. Like, he gave her that look, like, don't you ever put that nasty stuff in your butt looking like a clown. I was so impressed. I really was. And this is why I'm just like, y'all don't understand. Like, this man literally told her, don't put no nasty, dirty fat in your butt. Like, that's ugly. And it is ugly. But in the Black community, I feel like a lot of uneducated people, a lot of people who want women to be abused, a lot of people who want women to think of themselves as less than, want women to put all that fat into their butt. Also, a lot of them be DL. Like, you love butt so much. There's the men be having the biggest cake. Men be having the biggest cakey on them. So all I gotta say is, if you love butt so much, you don't really like women. You don't. If you like cheeks so much, you don't like women. You don't. I feel like there's so many DL men that are making Black women or racially ambiguous women feel the need to get a bigger butt and a smaller waist, when in reality, they just want to have sex with a man. That's my opinion, and I stand on it. You know what I mean? In reality, they just want to have sex with a man. It's not really that they want to, be with a woman. It's more so that they rather have a woman be the disguise while they can play around in somebody's little cheeks somewhere else. Yes, this is going to be a R-rated session. So if you're not with it, you're not with it. It's a little bit of comedy. It's a little bit of seriousness. Don't take it too serious, but take it serious. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's not right for someone to be getting, what do they want to say? I guess we can't even, I don't know. I could sit here and say abuse, but at the same time, girl, you got a BBL and became Stefon Diggs chef. You know that you was getting dig up in. And then all of a sudden, Cardi had this baby, and this is what the situation could be. It could be that Cardi had this baby, and now she wants to come over and do things and doesn't want that woman around. You know what I mean? Because the chef, most likely for celebrities, they be living there. And I heard allegedly that the chef can't even cook. So what else was she serving? Her vagina. That's it. And I think that what I want for society, and I want for people to understand, is that these women are not pretty. You having lighter skin than me does not make you pretty. It's more about, will you take a beating? That's what will make you fucking pretty in this world. Will you take a beating and a lashing? And those women do, because they've been doing it for so long. So when you come past a dark skinned girly, when you come past literally a Chanel Ion, when you come past a real model, no, get out my face. Get out my face. Don't play with it. So that's how I feel, but I do think it's kind of funny and comical at this point because and it's alleged that Stefon Diggs has another baby coming out. It's very, very comical at this point. Let me know in the chat if my volume is okay. Sometimes my volume be off. But I find it kind of comical at this point. I don't think that there needs to be any more talk about, Stefon Diggs in this whole situation. I feel like for him, the worst thing he could have done was get with Cardi B because she has a platform and alleged fame. We could say alleged fame because I don't really think it's real fame, but it's just fame, whatever. She's not really real, thank you so much. Thank you for telling me. She's not really real. I don't think she is I don't think she's done anything different than a lot of pop stars that come out and then fall to the bottom. She's falling. And I also think that we should not celebrate dysfunctional ass families. It's not cute. I have a dysfunctional family and I'm getting away from that. I don't care if you're rich or poor. Celebrating dysfunctional ass families is not a good thing to celebrate. It's not cute and it's not fun. It is a circus. Just like that woman said in the messages, the BBL chef, she said, I didn't want to be a part of your circus. She was probably popping Plan B. She was, let's say allegedly, I'm just saying, I'm thinking about what she could have been doing for her not to get pregnant. She could have been popping Plan Bs. She could have been taking her birth controls as she should. She did not want to join the circus. She wanted to take that money and be low key. She wanted to take that money and be low key. And I feel like that wasn't enough for Stefon Diggs. This is just how I feel. This is my opinion. I believe it wasn't enough for him. I believe that he wanted her to be a part of the circus. He wanted to get her pregnant. I believe that he wanted her to be a dog just like Cardi B and the rest of them. But with this girly, because she's low key and we haven't heard nothing about her until now, until she stopped getting her cheddar, she was different. I think she was different. Yes, she was like them that she was going to open up her legs to get some change. Like I said, sex work is work, but they're not going to call it that. And I think it's irritating. Like I said, they're not going to call it that. They're going to disguise it as everything under the sun. Everything under the sun. This is my chef. This is my stylist. I'm like, it's crazy because these managers know too. These managers for these players and all these other people know that, you know what, you got to hire somebody that looks like this. Hire somebody who looks like a Latina with a big butt because he loves that. He loves that. They look just like the Latinos. Let's throw some shade in there. Not to Latinos, not all of y'all, but I'm just saying, like, for Stefon, because, we think he a little, we think he go the other way. We think he goes the other way. He's not. Y'all know what I'm saying. We know Stefon Diggs. We know him. No, the word on the street is that man is gay. That's all I'm going to say. Word on the street is that Stefon Diggs is gay. But yeah, he's just finding this as a cover up. He's just like, what does society say is pretty? Racially ambiguous women with big booties. That's what he thinks that is going to get him to cover up the gayness. And that's what I believe. That's just what I believe. You don't have to believe it, but that's what I believe about Stefon Diggs. He thinks that that's going to cover up his gayness. He thinks that that's going to make him better. He thinks that that's what's going to make him more appealing. So these managers know who to hire. Your assistant. Oh, make sure they're light skinned with a big butt. Oh, the person who picks up your dry cleaning, light skinned with a big butt so that he can have sex with them. It's not about the job at hand. And that's honestly why I hope a Black girl hears this. If you are looking to get into styling, if you are looking to become a celebrity chef, if you are looking to become a personal chef, a personal shopper, if you're looking to become an assistant, I'm not saying you shouldn't be these things, but I'm just saying you need to understand that a lot of people are in the position that they're in, which I had to understand because they're having sex. Do I need to repeat that? A lot of people are in the position that they're in and making the money that they're making because they're having sex. And I don't want you to sell your soul. And I don't want you to give up hope and stop dreaming either. I'm not saying it's impossible to have a good relationship. I'm just saying at the same time, look at this. You could do all that, bust your legs wide open and trust and believe me. BV is running through all those women. BV, yeast, chlamydia, everything under the sun I can imagine. This is what I believe. Okay? Running through all of them. Running amok. Running a muck, bro. Don't think that they just out there and they not catching no strays. They catching all the strands. They catching all the strands and the viruses and the bacteria. This man is getting everybody in the world pregnant. and he doesn't care. I don't think it should be normalized to have broken homes. I'd rather be alone. I will be honest with you on that. I think it's a muck. I think it's a shame. I think that if Stefon Diggs wanted to continue to, allegedly have sex with men, allegedly, right? Wink, wink, whatever. If he wanted to do that, he shouldn't have got with Cardi B. He could have been quiet, but it's never enough. Being quiet ain't enough. If he wanted to continue to, do all the bad things that he's doing to women allegedly, he should have just been quiet. He shouldn't have been with Cardi B. Like, why would you do that? Are you stupid? But this is what I feel. I feel like Cardi B is paying that man bills. Can you pay my telephone? Yeah. Can you? Will you? Yep. Paying that bill. Cardi B is paying that motherfucking bill. Cardi B is paying Stefon's bills. I think she does. She paying his bills. That's what's keeping him around. Buying him watches, clothes, all that. It's coming out of her check. It is, because I really want people to understand too. I hope a black girl hears this. The way that it works in the NFL, it's not like they give you 65 mil upright. That's tied up in assets. That's something that they say they will give you after a certain amount of years. That's something that they say you'll get after you finish, let's say, your whole career if you stay with us till hand. Like, you know what I mean? Like 65 millions could be over 10 years or 20 years of work for a company. You know what I mean? I definitely know for a fact that she is paying that man's bills just to make Offset jealous. And like I said, I side with Offset in the situation. He's not a good person. I don't side with the cheating and doing all that. Like, no, just don't get married. Don't do nothing. But it's more so that I side with the fact that he did win. This is embarrassing, Cardi B. This is so embarrassing. And I try not to talk about her because she loves to sue people and sue black women, and she doesn't like black women. She's just a nasty, ugly individual. But it's more about the fact that I don't want young girls to see this, or women to see this and feel that they're not doing something right in life just because they're not getting a certain amount of money, because they're trying to do things that will respect themselves and keep them healthy. You don't want BV. You don't want chlamydia. You don't want yeast infections 24/7. This man, Stefon Diggs, is fucking all these women raw. When I tell you, science is sciencing, we may not see their chart. We may not know their chart. But if Cardi B got the nerve to talk about PrEP, and that could have been a little oopsie on her part. She didn't need to talk about PrEP. She don't care about women's health. She don't care about, also that's for gay men. My point is, let that soak in. Let that soak in. This girl is talking about PrEP for what? For what? You don't need to sell your soul just because people are telling you that you need to make all this money and buy all this Gucci Prada, and that's another thing too. Cardi B is not a fashion girly. She is not Rihanna. Rihanna can make a baguette bag look good as a mother. You know what I'm talking about? Like, she's not Rihanna. You are not. I feel like she wants to be Rihanna so bad, but you're not Rihanna. You could buy all the Chanel you want. You could buy all the Gucci, Louis Prada you want, but at the end of the day, Cardi B is still not a fashion girly. And I think it's because of her body type. Like, to be a fashion girly, having that body type does not help you in the fashion industry. It does not. That body type really will mess you. Having a BBL body and trying to be a model, like a real model, editorial, you know what I'm talking, like a top model, you're not going to get there. You can't be a top model and have a BBL. They don't like it. They don't like any of that shit. Like, and still, it's all the body shaming of the model industry. But at the end of the day, I'm tired of people saying the word model when in reality, when they say the word model, it just means sex worker. For people like Cardi B, for women that do OF, like when they say OF model, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like when people say OF models, hi, I hope everyone's doing well. Hi, Stacy. Welcome to the channel. I hope you subscribe. Love seeing a black girly. But what you call it? When people say model, like when they say OF model, this and that, I'm like, ooh, the definition of a model has changed. It's just what do they call it? It's not a hyphen. I'm trying to figure out what they call it. A euphemism? I don't know. When something doesn't mean what it does because they're trying to like not make it seem as bad. When people say model, like, oh, NFL player is with this model, and then you look and it's like, what runway have they been on, bitch? Like, what runway have they been on? They just been in the sheets. That's it. They've been in the sheets. They've been on Instagram taking them photos. I'm like, we all take them photos. We all look good as shit. So what's the difference? The difference is that those women are pushing boundaries. Those women are having sex with people for money. That's it. That's the difference. That's why I feel like, thank you. I appreciate it, Stacey. Welcome to the channel. We talk about everything Black girls, pop culture, hair, life, my life. We be getting messy. But once again, thank you for subscribing and welcome to the channel, Stacey. So it's just like when people say model, like I said, I get frustrated because I love art and I love fashion. And when people say model in the blogs, I'm like, y'all are so full of shit. Like, these are sex workers. Stop saying model. Stop saying people are pretty. Like, that was my point. Even DJ Academics was saying, oh, Stefon Diggs, you got the baddest bees, da 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 da. Because I'm trying not to curse too much. You know, no, he don't got the baddest bees. He doesn't. Having a BBL doesn't make you pretty. I gotta make a whole a video about that. Having a BBL doesn't make you pretty. Having light skin doesn't make you pretty. It's called being dumb. They let these men fuck all over them. That's what makes them pretty. And I don't want women, I don't want Black women thinking that makes them pretty. No, that's not pretty. That's not pretty. No, 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 no. I'm not having that for Black girls. I'm not having BV. I'm not having yeast infections. I'm not having that. No, no. Stefon Diggs is nasty, bro. No. And the NFL is going to protect him because they see him as a object that they have. They see Stefon Diggs as an object to be had. Now, his brother got fired for constantly getting injured, which is hilarious. That's why I'm like, I don't know if Stefon Diggs will be fired for, fired for doing these things. I think it's when it affects the NFL. You know what I mean? When you get injured, you can't play. When you're on the field cursing and doing all this stuff, you can't play. You can't play. Let me slow down. When you're constantly getting arrested now, you can't play. So we will just have to see. It's the new year. This is, you know what, day 2. And I truly find it funny and hilarious at this point. But for me, I'm making this video because it is pop culture. It does have to do with Black culture. This is a Black man in football acting like a complete asshole. But I just want women to understand that when they hear these words in these gossip and the blogs and you hear model, you hear pretty, these women are not pretty. They're stupid. They're stupid, vulnerable, they're insecure. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just trying to say what it is. They're very insecure. When people see that you got a BBL, they see that, oh, what you gonna do for some change? I know you're gonna do some crazy stuff. I know you're not gonna do what the natural girl is gonna do. I know you're gonna do some crazy stuff, and I'm willing to give you a little bit of cheddar for it. But it's gonna come to a point where that cheddar is not enough. It is. It's going to get to a point where the cheddar is not enough and it's not going to be banging like it used to. Because if you're willing to do this, there's always somebody willing to do more than you can do. And I've always said it's interesting how they go after a woman that gets a BBL, right? They'll go after an average girly like anybody else, but just got a BBL, don't got no job, don't got shit to their name, don't got no education, don't got nothing but being light skinned, right? Nothing. But yet they do not try to date or do not try to have sex with a PORN star. They do not try to have sex with an actual adult entertainer because, once again, that is business. Those girls, contracts, business, they're making money off of having sex and they have no shame in it and they'll tell you what it is and they have more control, I feel like. I'm not saying the adult entertainment industry is easy. I don't know about it. I'm not educated in it. But what I do know from what I see is those girlies get down to business. It's not about love. It's not about making you feel good about yourself. It's a situation too where a lot of those girlies have money from having sex. So they looking at you like, what you gonna do for me? I don't care. You're not going to hold nothing over my head. You see how with this chef situation, she's over here begging him for money. She's over here saying, I cooked for you. I want my money. You know what I mean? It's begging. It's sad. It's giving him control. When you are with someone who's actually in the industry making a good old stack of fat check, You have no control. They got their contracts. They got their managers. It's business, bro. It's strictly business. So this is what I mean by, like, you know, not even just Stefon Diggs, Shannon Sharp, all these other people, Sharon Moore. If you want to have these sexual endeavors, I don't agree with them. I don't have to. But if you want to have these sexual endeavors, why don't you just pay a real BDSM person? Why don't you pay a real PORN star? Why don't you pay real, let me just say real bitches? Like, why don't you pay the real deal? But guess what? They have no control. They have no control. I'm being honest. I'm not even trying to throw shade. They have no control. That's why, like I said, doesn't mean I can't have respect for it. Those are women that don't get it confused. OF has made a realm where you get sex work so confused. Like, it becomes like it's a relationship, this and that. No, keep it strictly business, bro. Work is work. You have no right to judge someone for what they're doing. I don't want to do it. I don't want young. But if people have to make their money, they have a right to do it safely. They have a right to do it in a way that their taxes is looking right. OF don't support your taxes. Why pay when he can get it for free? Obviously, it's not free. Obviously, it's not free. If it was free, he wouldn't be out here having babies. If it was free, he wouldn't be out here having to pay for all these dinners. He wouldn't be out here having to, he's paying for everything. He had to pay her to be a chef. Go sit down. I'm sorry, whoever said that. No, I'm not sorry. If it was free, you think, why would he be out here on the news? Like, it's, you know what I mean? Why would he be on the blogs? Like, if it was free, why would he have so much now? The child support will be starting. Best believe. Y'all think it's not to be starting. It's going to be starting. But y'all don't know. Like, it's interesting because y'all don't know. Like, y'all really don't know. I just feel like y'all don't have the decency to pay sex workers but want sex work. And I feel like that's my issue. This is on topic or off topic. That is my real issue when it comes to dating. That is my real issue when it comes to families and functionality. A lot of people, including Stefon Diggs, this is what I believe, don't want to pay sex workers, but they're willing to give people a Chanel bag, a Prada bag. They're willing to pay for their car rental. They're willing to. You don't know. This is what I believe. I'll tell you that. I know about these niggas. You know what I mean? I just feel like a lot of y'all want that dream of becoming that person that they pay. You know? Reality, it's like, why would you be strangled? Like, let's keep it real. Like, you're real stupid. Why would you want to be strangled? I don't want that for you, black girls. I think it's disgusting that somebody wants to abuse somebody. Meanwhile, there's literally PRN stars, there's literally sex workers that you can pay and do this for consensually. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I find it real nasty that you are going to find some Latina that's struggling to pay her bills, you know, and I feel like that's too. I feel like as black people, we were here first. So when you have a lot of these like Latinos that come from other countries coming here struggling with absolutely nothing, you know, they do what they were taught. In Colombia, this and that, go get your butt filled up. In the D, go get your butt filled up. Find a black guy that has wealth and fame. Go have sex with him, have a baby, and then it'll be all right. And then they getting whacked across the face every single day, and then come to the blogs and come to media. He hit me. Oh my God. Girl, shut up. Shut up. You took the bait, because in reality, like I said, PORN stars, they ain't playing that shit. They saying, where's my fucking check, nigga? Like, let's have some fun right now. Where's my check, nigga? Like, that's how it's business. It should be business. But this is what I mean, where there's a confusion, a confuffle going on with black men right now in our society, in our culture. It doesn't feel good for a black man to know that gives a woman more power, especially when it comes to misogyny. You know what I mean? It gives women way more power than they should have. I really think that it's important for, women to understand that you cannot judge a sex worker for doing things properly, even in such a already fucked up situation. And then you want to praise women that are literally going to clubs, bouncing around, and having sex with these NFL and these rappers and all that, and then come back pregnant, and it's all of a sudden a relationship. It was never a relationship. It was a oopsie. It was an oopsie. Also, it was planned. It was a plot. Like, I don't think I want any women to consider getting a BBL and risking their life so that they could find a man that is colorist and racist, and they could find a black man that wants to show out and show off his jewelry and show off his ego. I don't want that for black women. So yeah, y'all can make fun of me if you want. Y'all can make fun of other black women, but they're not getting slapped across the face. And that shit, to me, I feel good about. I don't want them getting slapped across the face for no fucking cheddar. And if you are going to get slapped across the face for cheddar, it better be in your contract. That's what I'm saying. It better be the deal that you set up for yourself. But when it comes to, I'm going to get a BBL and I'm going to find Stefon Diggs and I'm going to go put my butt in his face and bleach my skin and look like a crazy, person, you have no protection at the end of the day. Getting STDs and all that. That's what I believe. It's my belief. Y'all can't change that. I'm a woman. I know how these things work. Nobody is a god not get a STD when they do these things. Which more people will understand as well. Like, y'all really think that these women are not catching all types of viruses and bacterial infections. I don't want that for women. I want y'all to live longer. It ends up coming out later. When you think of Cassie, what happened to her was awful and it was wrong. But I've always said that she is a light-skinned, racially ambiguous woman. That's a part of that whole realm of black celebrities, the black male celebrity, where they think that being like this means that you can put up with abuse. If you are a dark-skinned woman, they do not abuse you. They try not to. I will say that. Because I really feel like as black women, we protect each other and we hold each other down. I really think that. That's my opinion. Y'all can't take that away from me, but I think that we protect each other down, and we will, I don't know, cousins, uncles, we will all come up in there and beat you down. By the way, doll, I don't know. It could be my service. Hold on. Let me change where I put my mic. Let me see if that'll help. I know my service be. Is that better? Anyways, I'm gonna make another one. I just wanted to talk about it really quickly. I wanted to get into it. I don't want black girls to think that they have to do this. Like, it is embarrassing. This is actually pretty funny though. The fact that there's an alleged photo out and that she allegedly has a BBL, and I believe it. I'm like, girl, I think we saw her face at one point. I'm like, girl, yeah, I believe it. I believe that she got a BBL. She out here clapping cheeks and trying to serve plates. Don't catch none of these viruses and these, please. Like, it's not worth it. I don't care. Yeah, I'll say it. 1 million ain't worth it. But some things are not curable. They're not, and it's not worth it. I really don't want black girls to go through that. So if you're a black girl and you hear this, when you watching all these commentaries and this, don't listen to what they're saying. A lot of people are going to say these are pretty women, they're bad bitches. They're not, they're just stupid. Don't listen to what they're saying. It does not feel good to have someone constantly show you an image of a light-skinned person racially ambiguous, or a Latina that's racially ambiguous, or an Asian person with a BBL and a breast job, and tell you that this is pretty. That shit isn't pretty. It's because they're stupid and insecure. That's pretty to them. Anybody that can take a beating. But obviously they can't take it because then they come out crying. The only person I think who could really take that beating, I believe that she could take that beating. She could take that. It's the way he even talked to. Stefon saying, bitch, nigga, I don't owe you shit. And then him texting so terribly. Like his text messages suck. Like he could not spell for shit. We all have grammar incidents. I do myself, but he could not do shit, bro. Like his texting was so terrible. That's the way Cardi B talks. Imagine him and Cardi B. Like this is what I believe. Cardi B is cool with having a screaming match, having dysfunction, having yelling. That's my opinion. I think that Cardi B and Stefon Diggs they're very, very good about being secretive about their situation. But that's their household. That's why I said, like, when people are just like, oh my God, why is she with a guy like this? She's taking such an L. Cardi B is an abusive motherfucker. Look at this dog yelling and screaming online, saying nigga this, nigga that, bitch. Her cursing all this, carrying on, talking about she gonna hurt people, talking about she gonna, KILL people. Loves that and Cardi B loves that. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love that. I love you, girl. You look good too. But my thing is that I know how it feels. And I know friends, ex-friends that have gotten their body done because of this type of media. You have people not even focus on what's at hand either. That's the worst part. Because it's like, no one should be attractive to you to respect them. No one should be attractive to you to give you some money. No one should be. And what is attraction to you? Attraction is fear. You know what I mean? Like for Stefon Diggs, I think the attraction he has is when people are afraid of him and he gets to sexually exploit. I think that, in my opinion, I don't know, I'm not in their bedroom, but I could see Cardi B being in the bed and her, being just a wimp to him. Even though she's not, I think she will make him feel like him being aggressive and him choking and slapping and hitting. This is what I believe I can see happening in their bedroom. Power that they've never had before. Especially when they're a terrible fucking person. You know what I mean? Like Stefon Diggs is an awful fucking human being. And I do hope that he loses his job. I do hope that, him and Cardi B stay together because I think her misery with him is better than her being, bright and alive without him. And that's because I don't like her personally. I don't feel nothing for it. I don't like her ugly behind. I hate Cardi B with a passion. I'm allowed to. I think she's a disgusting individual. I don't listen to her music. I don't feel like it's cute. I don't think being a pick-me is cute. Even people that I know listen to Cardi B, I think you're pathetic. I think you're pathetic as a motherfucker. Like, as in, like, you could like people's music. Let me not say that. But I'm just saying, I think it's sad that you're still liking their music. That's like if Nicki Minaj were to come out with an album now, fuck you. I don't like you. You know what I mean? I liked her music back then. I liked WAP by Cardi B. That's the only song I've liked. That's it. Like, that's it. So it's like you gave credit to the HOEs, the 304s in your song, but then you want to act like you a housewife. You're not a housewife. I don't know why she keep trying to do this. Like, why, girl? Just stop. It's okay. You're not a housewife. Who cares? So what? Who cares? You know what I mean? I'm like, who cares? You're not a house. So what? Why are you trying so hard? Let it go. Offset won. It's like everything that Cardi B does is to get back at Offset. And Offset out here doing whatever he doing, trying to look for another check from a girl. That's just what I believe. It's like, drop it. Just drop it. Like, who cares? Anyways, once again, moral of the story from this video is that I want you to know, when you were listening to all this pop culture and these interviews and they keep saying pretty this, beautiful that, pretty this, baddest that, it's not that. It's that these women are stupid and they are hopeless. They are helpless. They are hopeless individuals to abusive men. Let it go. Bye, y'all.